Well, good morning. It is Saturday. What is up, people? Let's get this party started. I'm gonna go all in all here. Hang on one second. I'm super excited. I found a cool website. Let's see where I'm at here. Hold on. There we go. Bessie, what's up? Good morning, babe. What's up? Melissa, here we go. Let's see. I did something, and I'm going to throw this down on you. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Here we go. PT Cali, what's up? What's up, my unicorns? Hold on. One more. Check me out. One more. That wasn't it. Hold on. Here we go. So I found new music, and this is kind of like gonna really transfer into like a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, because I am really trying to get where I'm mixing. I'm super excited because I just hired somebody, and I've been looking for somebody for a long time. Basically kind of like more like integrated with my business so that I can do the things that I do. And I'm going to put this out there to all my entrepreneurs and the people that are like me, that, you gotta hire people that do the things that you're just not good at. It's like, I could do almost everything. I didn't grow up with a computer. I think I wasn't even till I was in my 30s till I got my first laptop. I mean, that's really in our small framework of existence, if you're kind of I hate saying I'm older, but I really am, and because it's on my driver's license for sure, but I know I'm the youngest person in the room. But when I think about in our small framework in time and space, we make a joke and we're like, do you remember when you used to use a telephone? Do you remember you used to use you guys are a little younger and you're beepers and cell phones and all that and laptops, and I wasn't, I was way out of school, way out of school before laptops were even a thing, right? Check your brain for a second and go, whoa. So this whole new younger generation that's carpal tunnel will be the #1 injury ever. The rise of carpal tunnel, and since I just did the surgery, I'm yeah, carpal tunnel was definitely, we're gonna evolve as humans and just totally we're gonna end up being we're gonna be like claws, right? But when I think about how I've evolved in my own business, I've done everything by myself. I really totally just done everything. And there are 30 things I need to do during the day. And we think about owning a business, and people that are self-motivated entrepreneurs like myself, I give you props. It takes a lot. And if you're having a bad day and you still have 50 things you need to do, yeah, go and hire someone that's good at doing the things that you just are not good at, so that you can go be good at the things that you're good at to elevate your business. So with that said, just hired somebody. I hope she's gonna rock this out. I have a feeling that she's just super unicorn magical. Super unicorn. Get some unicorn vibes. Anyway, so went to the doctor yesterday, and he just said, no, no hands for another week. I'm like, "Meh." And I kind of knew that because I was getting like a little puffiness. And he goes, you're healing fine. It's the inside of your hands that you need to like just stop. And he looks at me and he's funny because he's also an athlete. And so he's like, listen, I got it. He goes, but what's a week going to do? I'm like, I feel fat. He's like, you know, and he's got his mask on and he kind of pulls it down and looks at me and he's like, Lisa, just stop. He goes, just do legs. I'm like, that's all I ever do is legs. Just do abs. I go, all I ever do is abs. I feel like, and I had a moment, and I hope you guys will get this. PT Kelly, this is for you. Melissa, this is for you. This is for my athletes out there, my trainers, my coaches. Like, we thrive on our bodies being also, I've had business cards. My sister laughs because she has like a stack of all my business cards. Makes me laugh. But I thrive, like our dashboard, my dashboard is, my body is my business. So we live a certain standard for ourselves. And that's really hard. When you age out, and I'm not aging out, I'm just aging into a whole nother level. Like I look down from above at my up and coming trainers and I'm like, oh, poor baby. I just really want to tell you, like, you know, stop with the nonsense and go put some clothes on. Cause like, seriously, go put some clothes on. Like nobody wants to see your butt. Can we have that conversation real quick? I don't know. I'm not short shaming. This is like short shaming. It's almost like athlete shaming. Catherine, what's up? Welcome. Check my music out. So it's all like independently owned and made by these like incredible DJs from all over the world. So I totally found this thing. Let's go into short shaming. Short shaming is not, it's not short shaming, and it's totally not a girl, it's like not even girl shaming. It's more like, it's athlete shaming. And this is where I separate myself, and maybe you're with me, maybe you're not, and that's okay. And listen, if my opinion offends you, like, go somewhere else. Like, totally just go somewhere else. Or my opinion, like, sparks you and makes you laugh, or you're, like, totally into where I'm at, just drop me a comment below. Let me know that you're even, like, here. But here's short shaming 101. And this is short shaming for my athletes. Like, I travel all over the world. I work with so many different cultures of people and athletes and genres and ages and mixtures, and sports are so different. But I don't quite understand. And sometimes I'm like, no, that's cool. That looks good. Like I look at my professional volleyball players. Yeah, no, Melissa, hold on. I'm going deep on butt cheeks. Hold on. So I look at my sports, like first of all, I look like volleyball players, like my indoor and outdoor volleyball players. I'm like, the short, listen, these fucking girls are hot. Not just hot, like, I'm all about the athletic body. I'm sorry, I have my preference. My preference is, I see athletic body and I'm like, oh, yeah. Because I know what it takes. I just know what it takes to have a body like that. Bar DNA, bar your genetic coding, that, you know, they're just people that look, Gabriella Reese, like, fucking bitch, man. Like, that body is genetic, right? It's just totally genetic. But I'm really confused when I go to the gym and I see randomness of, and it's, again, I'm not girl shaming, it's butt cheek shaming. I'm like, okay, the shorts are, like, say they're big, let's say from the bottom of the short, you know, the leg of the short to the waistline of the short, there's the waistline. Now, I don't know who started this trend, because I'm like a low hip girl. I'm like low-waisted because I cannot stand anything that's like high up on my hip. I'm like, like, thank you for starting the low waist thing, because I always did it and people made fun of me. People always make fun of me. All right, so who started the high waist shorts? So the waist lines of the shorts now, and I don't know if you guys get this or not, and I see it on like the top like performers that are out there with these outfits, and this is old because I look at the high waist thing as like, we did that in the 70s, bitches, and it never looked good back then. Why would you bring that back? Because that's just not cool. So the high waist, right? And it's like a high waist with a belt, and I'm talking like 2 to 3 inches above your belly button, okay? Then you've got like, okay, the rest down the leg, and it's midway butt cheek. Okay, so midway butt cheek, that is somehow, like, so if that was my house, like, you would not get past, like, the front door without turning around and go put something back on. And then I look in the mirror, like, even growing up when I was, like, teaching, I'm like, oh, no, I can't have my butt hanging out. Like, no, I throw the shorts, I just throw them away. Like, period, just throw them away. And then I see the girl in the gym, and I'm like, most gyms to me are disgusting. It's a petri dish. And that's why people don't even understand. They're like, hold on, what? The gym is essential. I'm like, yeah, but it's the most disgusting petri dish on the planet. You can't escape people being disgusting, right? A, B. And I see, you have no idea. Like these gyms, just so you guys know, if you get towels at the gym you work out at, let me share with you what people do with those towels. Or is it too early in the morning? No, sorry, we're going for it, right? Guys, men, girls don't do this. Sorry, guys do this. And guys do this in general, and I still don't get it because I'm not done with butt cheek yet, but they will take those towels and blow their nose in them. I see it every freaking day. Blow their nose in it with the assumption that somebody's going to wash that thing. You're hoping that they wash it. And I've literally told guys, no. Take that towel, put it in your bag, and be gone with you. Just take the towel. Take the fucking towel. Give a shit, right? So, okay. So, and men are made different than women. They just are. They're just made different. And it's cool. I don't really give a shit. I'm just very alert to the things that guys do. Like, they will sweat all over shit and not wipe it down, assuming that the shirt that they're wearing, and you know, I hear all the excuses like, I didn't see that, or I didn't realize that was happening, or I'm in the gym my entire life. I've seen it, heard it. I've owned gyms, I've run gyms, I've managed gyms. Just like everything that I've seen in a gym just is so disgusting. I'm not saying chicks are less disgusting, but they kind of are. Chicks are we're just made different. Like, we're a lot more, and not all, you know, like I'm going to have the argument, not all. But the point is, when I see girls in the gym with micro booty shorts, and then they sit down on the bench that your boy just grossed out on, and they don't even think twice, like their butt cheeks are rolling in the snot and crap and shit and sweat that your boy just left, like eight gross dudes that just sat on that bench, and then just rub their ass all over those, and I'm like, so your butt is like hanging out all over the gym, right? And then you're doing exercises that your vagina is just literally like, here, stare at my vagina. It's just disgusting. It's just gross. I don't look at that like, I look at that like, you did not come to the gym to actually train, because there's a difference between working out and training. I go to the gym and I train. And I wear clothing that like covers my body. Now, look, I train, I do CrossFit, and I see these girls out there, and I'm like, and they're in micro booty shorts. I'm like, how do you perform at that level with your ass hanging out and your vagina hanging out? Like I don't know. It's me. Like, I know it's me. I'm like, am I jealous? And then I think, no, I'm not really jealous. I'm like, I can't do it. I feel so exposed. And here's the argument, in case people are kind of jumping on here and like, I wear booty shorts. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, how many professional athletes, men, do you know, wear booty shorts to go train? Just let that sink in for a second. I'm going to give it a second here. Good morning. Cheers. I'm already on a rant. I've been up. I'm ready to go. I'm like over my hands right now, so. Oh, nobody has an answer, right? My boys that are on here right now, I just want to know. Just answer me. Riddle me this. Why don't you wear booty shorts? I just want to know why you don't wear booty shorts. I'm waiting for an answer. I'm probably not going to get. Is that how it's going to roll? Listen, wear the booty shorts. I think really what I'm trying to insinuate is like when you're showing that much flesh. And listen, I grew up in South Beach, and I've seen it all. And I've seen the progression of how people have gotten like, because their balls will fall out. Wow. Of course, Laura would come in hard, low hitting. Yeah, no, I don't think, I think it's more than their balls will fall out. I think it's more like, I don't look at it like okay, so here you go. Compression shorts are designed to hold your body in tight so that when you're moving, things aren't moving around, right? And you know, jumping. And I always knew that as a teacher, like I like to have like tights on, because I was, you know, back in the day doing like high impact and cardio combat and all these classes that I was teaching. I'm like, you know, you feel like your body, your legs are moving and bouncing. You're like, you want to keep it all tight. I'm going to get off the booty short rant because, look, all right, you got a beautiful body and you want to put it out there, that's great. And because I'm, you know, a self-defense instructor also, and I do PSAs on self-defense, and this is in no way to like clothing shame anybody. Wear whatever you want, but in this world, you can never deny like, what is she wearing? Or what is he wearing? Not as a judgment, but more like, wow, you're going to get attention. I promise you. The attention that you're seeking is definitely coming your way. And don't expect it to all be good. And don't expect it to be like, oh, congratulations, you're wearing booty shorts. You know, you look absolutely fantastic. I just think you're mentally like buying into something that nobody's paying for. You know, it's really harsh. And it's really harsh in this society that we have to like, you know, curtail some of the outfits. But I listen, I grew up and I'm like so thankful that, you know, I just didn't expose it all. Just didn't give it away. You know, like give it away. I think people are just giving it away. It's free. Here, it's free. No mystery. Here. Boom. And guys, you know, I can jump on my guy's bandwagon because again, going into the gym and I see the things that certain guys wear and I'm like, what are you wearing? And believe me, the thing that you're wearing to get the attention that you're looking for, you will definitely get attention. You always, it won't be so good, but you're definitely going to get that attention for sure. Again, when I work out in certain climates and certain gyms for certain reasons, and, you know, I work out in a CrossFit gym. And, you know, you see people really dressing pretty appropriately, you know, like they're athletes. There are no mirrors in a CrossFit gym, not one mirror. There's barely a mirror in the bathroom. So you look at people that are like, hey, I'm not here to like, you know, booty shake or we're all getting in, getting down, getting dirty, and nobody gives a shit what anybody else is doing. That's what I love about CrossFit, is that it really just like, everybody's doing the same workout at their level and nobody gives a shit about what anybody else is doing. And when the workout's over, high five and you go. Right? Anyway, I want to get into, hold on. I'm just digging my music now because I kind of like have a feeling like, cool. So, what time is it? All right, 9:20. I want to get into, hold on. want to get into supplements. And why we need them. All the attention you get from booty shorts isn't good for your asking people to like you for your body, not the content. Yeah, but that's kind of what... Amber, what's up? Respect the girls who gives... I can't even say that. I hate that word. That's a word my dad used to use growing up, and it was really ugly. We mentioned the other day 2 books. I just got a second book. I always give these books out as gifts, and so I'm out of books, and I just got ordered another one. But let's go with the 4 Agreements. If you don't have it, get it. Keep it by your bed. You know, this is kind of like a thumb through. It's a little bit of a Bible. And my 5-week mindset reset, people, you've got a big week ahead of you. Monday night is going to be like super intensive. I'm just going to let you know now. You guys have homework you have to finish. We just signed up a bunch of people. Mindset Reset. We're also working on the strength program. If you guys need more information, holler at your girl. Book number 2. This is also, actually, as a matter of fact, Don Miguel Ruiz. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, 4 Agreements. I know, that's super old. I'm like, yeah, I know. But this is Junior. This is the son of. So there's a lot of DNA here. You know, when you've got... I always say, like, the magic sometimes is in how you were raised. So this is the second book, and it's the 5 levels of attachment. And this was written by his son. So this is a new read for me. I'll let you guys know about that. But I'm totally into the detachment of life. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten easier and it's gotten more fluid. And you know, the attachments, I think my biggest attachment that I have right now are to my dogs. Sometimes I say my animals, and it's like, they're not my animals, they're my babies. Like, if your dogs are not your babies, then, like, I think you need to get off the page and go somewhere else. Like, go do whatever it is that you do. But my animals are my babies, and, you know, I cry for them probably harder than I cry for people, you know, because they have that... you know, that thing in our heart, in our existence. Okay, so let's get on topic. I can't clap too hard. Good morning, by the way. Welcome. Karen, welcome. Heidi, welcome. Everybody that's on here that's new, it's your welcome. Robert, welcome. If you guys are still on here. Sandra. Jill, what is up? I haven't seen you in a while. Bernadette, welcome everybody to Coffee Talk. So supplements, and I actually... have a big bag. I brought it, and I was gonna show you guys all the stuff that I take. So let me do the disclaimer real quick. So growing up, I never took supplements. I think I had a mindset. I always took branched chain amino acids because I've always been like very you know, let me keep on top of the things that I need to build muscle. And I've always been on some type of shake. For me, just getting in a shake, because not a lot of times there are passages in the day that I will say, I want to eat something, or I need calories, but I don't want to eat something. I'm hungry, but I don't want a big belly of food, because either I'm recovering, I'm resting, I'm going to train, I'm going to teach, and I can't have a big belly of food, so I use shakes. So for the past 11 years, I have been with this company that has been the greatest change in my life and in my business. The shakes are amazing. We have a plant-based shake. I'm actually kind of stuck on my plant-based strawberry right now, which is so good. I love. So if you guys need information on that, just go ahead and drop me a comment below. But the supplements and why we need them. So I'm going to talk in general terms right now. We can lead this conversation down the road a little bit later, but there are some basics, and I'm going totally off script with just some basics. We're dealing with our pandemic right now, and everybody's reaching out to me, asking me, what do you take? What should I take? What's number one, if you're not eating good food, this is the time that you guys need to really kind of crack down. And I don't want to be your mom. I just want to be like a little brain tease to say, if you're still drinking alcohol and you're smoking cigarettes and you're eating a lot of processed foods, you are a candidate for incubation of COVID-19, because it's looking for pathways. It's looking for people that are susceptible, and it will get you. And, you know, none of us are escaping it. I think at some point, it's almost like we're all going to get infected somehow, some way, unless you're really like doing the quarantine thing. And when I leave here, I'm working my mask. Listen, they've boiled it down to wear the mask, you don't express it, and you're not breathing it in, right? And you guys have forgotten about washing your hands, but every time I do something, I'm washing my hands. I'm also very careful around the people that I'm working with or dealing with, and I just distance. But going back to our mechanism, like if your body is not super healthy, you're going to get sick from something, right? I love when people talk about, oh, the cold and flu season. And I hope this helps you guys. There is no such thing as cold and flu season. That's a mechanism that they get you. They just get you. Oh, but Lisa, in the winter, I'm like, yeah, but let's talk about that. Let's talk about the winter. Let's talk about weather changes. Let's talk about how you're moving in and out. Are you protecting yourself? Are you doing the right things? Remember, immunity is a funny thing. Immunity will affect a lot of people. Sometimes if immunity never affects anything. Oh, what's that? My sister's on here. Welcome. Good morning. Cheers. So immunity in a lot of people is just about how you're eating, how you're treating your body. Now, here's cold and flu season 101. For those of us who know, here's what we look at. We're looking at cold and flu season, not because it's winter time and there's a weather change. Cold and flu season is the number one drinking time of the year. The number one drinking, partying, and sugar consumption time of the year. It's very simple. Now, believe it or not, I don't really care, but I want you guys to think about this for a second. What happens in October? The number one sugar month of the year, and it starts early, right? You can't walk into a grocery store and not know what time of year it is. That bothers me. You guys ever notice that? It's crazy. Number one, your TV ads, your commercials. I don't listen to radio, but they hit you, right? Boom. You walk into a grocery store, and boom, we have Publix down here. So when you hit a Publix, it is like it is relentless. Oh, let's say you forget what time of year it is, and I play this game all the time. I'm like, okay, let's see what time of year it is. Walk into a Publix. Every single month, they will let you know. So when you hit Publix and you go, oh, shit, candy everywhere, just mountains of candy, right? And they get you. And they get little kids. And I love how they get little kids because they measure the height and they put the candy like right at eye line. I love it. I get it. I totally get it. And if you go to the cereal aisle, they'll do the same thing. Right at eye line. They put all the healthy stuff up high, right? And then all the crap is right at like a 6-year-old's eye line. Boosh. So we go into October, and yes, Oktoberfest for drinking, but October for Halloween, which is that candy, that big candy month. So you guys are like downing candy. What happens? Buttloads of sugar, right? Your immunity gets just completely compromised, right? Sugar, you're done. You're totally done. right? Starts October, boom. And then you got weather changes, boom, okay. You're a little cold, right? Boom. Your immune system gets a little compromised. Belly full of sugar. You've been eating sugar. You start drinking more. Boom, boom, boom. Rolls right into November. What do we do in November? Boom. They hit you right off the bat. And people are already, I know the mindset. And I know the corporate mindset. And the people that are selling you stuff know that you're ready. Right? I think most businesses should just shut down between October and January 7th. Just shut down. That's why this whole, like, people are like, oh, quarantine. I'm like, you could still work. Just work. Now you just have to work from home. Because between October and January, everybody freaking shuts down. I don't get it. Oh, well, maybe next year. We'll look at that plan next year. I've been at this for years. Well, no one's really doing anything until next year, so we'll check the budget then. Conversations. Oh, that's all the conversations. In November, maybe after Thanksgiving. Well, no, because the holidays and this. And now I'm like, and after the holidays. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Kids are out of school, and maybe when the kids go back to school, why aren't you guys working from home? Why are you not pivoting? Why are you not reinventing yourself and be like economy free, right? So we're talking about supplements today. We're talking about an immune system. So what do we take? First of all, get your health together. Get your health organized. And before people tell me, oh, what should I take? I'm like, well, tell me about your diet. I know this is not what you want to hear. You want me to tell you vitamin C and vitamin D. Definitely vitamin D3. And we know that. And zinc. And we're talking about magnesium. Those are the basics, right? But are you getting your nutrients from the food that you're eating? Or are you trying to mask the bad behavior that you have? If you guys are drinking alcohol, there's no vitamin in the world that's going to help you. This just isn't. I don't know, nobody tells you that. Nobody talks like this. Why? I don't understand. Iron B12. Listen, if you also have a pre-existing, you have a condition, and you guys are taking any type of drug, my hand's not quite working right. If you're taking some types of drugs, you also know that the vitamins that you could be taking are just X'd out. You're not even getting those nutrients in your body. So you're putting something in that's like, for what? Wasting money? Wasting time? Wasting energy? I say we have to put inside of our bodies nutrients, nutrient-dense foods, right? I don't want to tell you guys things that don't make sense. I don't want to talk to you guys about things that are like, oh, but I want to know the answer. What are the vitamins that we take and why? I do take vitamins. I personally do. I start with my shake that is a super nutrient dense shake that's full of enzymes because I need that in my body. And all the folic acid, the B's, the C's, the A's, the D's. I live in South Florida, so I get sun. I am not a sun phobe. I do not lay in the sun and burn, but I love being in the sun. Like, I sit and I get it. Oh, but that's skin cancer. No, it's not. And if you're not like, I get there's a battle out there, you know. Sun, no sun. I'm like, we're humans, people. Since when did we hide? I don't understand that. Since when did we and there are people out there, lupus. I know, I have friends that have lupus. And when they get exposed to the sun, boom, there's a reaction. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a little bit of, natural element every day. Be healthy, go outside, walk barefoot in the grass. Do you ever see animals will eat, right? The enzymes, and because they know their body needs that. So we're talking about base nutrition. What's up? How you guys doing today? It's a Saturday. I'm super excited. We've got a great workout planned today. We're talking about supplements. So in my Be a Drink, I'm getting super heavy nutrients. Sunscreen and Get Sun. I'm not a sunscreen believer. I use certain sunscreens also. I believe that there's and just topically, when you just lather shit on your body, that stuff goes in your bloodstream. But I'm also I don't go in the sun for long periods of time. I grew up in the sun. I grew up in Miami. I have a natural base coat, which I believe that, you're producing melanin, it protects you. And when you never go in the sun and you're a sun phobe, oh, you're going to get dark spots. Okay, well, wear a hat, cover up, put your sunscreen on, but don't lather it all over. I see kids, parents that have commercial grade crap, literally crap, and they just coat their child, and then they put the shirt and the hat and the thing. I'm like, when you got little white babies, yeah, cover those bitches up. When you got little white babies, like no sun babies, and black people too get sunburn, by the way. But because they have that natural melanin, you got to get outside. It's so good for you to go outside and play. And again, skin cancer is there's such a misconception of skin cancer, and I want you guys to just be like, get clarity, just get clarity on being healthy, going outside. But don't 12 to 2, don't go out and lay out and coat yourself with oil and expect to be like damage free. Not gonna happen. But there's so much good from sun, then we deny ourselves and we're petrified. And listen, I get it. The medical community will come at you and just like, and I've got dermatologists that will come at me like right in my face, like, you have to wear sunscreen. And I'm like, whoa, you're so heavy. And I got a lot of my dermatologists that look like freaks. The faces of these people, sometimes I'm like, ugh. That color of skin is like they're dead. Like that person has never seen the light of day. And it's confusing for me sometimes when I talk about supplements and I go, how do we really know? How do you know? How do you know what to take? Do we just buy a bunch of vitamins and say, here, or can we get it from the foods that we eat? I'd love for you guys to reach out, talk to me about your diet, and then we can go from there. Sometimes the little things are making adjustments in the green leafy vegetables that you're eating and getting that, right? Yeah, you could do a blood panel, totally. And then boom, right? Let me see what we're really legitimately lacking. A lot of people will say, oh, since I don't get sun, I have to take vitamin D. We do know that in our world, our culture, which is bizarre to me, that so many people are completely vitamin D deficient. But how do you know? How do you know? I won't promote a vitamin C. Yeah, vitamin C is in the sun. Do you go eat some oranges, right? But is it a shot in the dark or is it real? So instead of going out and buying a whole crap load of vitamins, do the blood panel. Find somebody that you also trust that is not leaning towards the medical community, but is in the medical community, but they're reputable, and someone that is also, open-minded. And there are a lot of people out there, trust me, a lot of people out there right now that I talk to that are like, you don't need any of that stuff. If you're eating right, and eating right means staying away from sugar, staying away from wheat, staying away from dairy. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. But they say dairy. I know they say dairy. They is a lot of people. And they are promoting dairy for a lot of different reasons. But when we think about most people in general, and hear me out. I hear this all the time. 9 out of 10 people I talk to say this. Ready? We were raised on milk. We were never supposed to drink milk, cow's milk, right? And then a lot of people go, oh, that's bullshit, whatever. You can drink milk. I'm like, okay. 9 out of 10 people I talk to tell me that they are lactose intolerant. And I say, yeah, most humans are. When you go to buy milk and it's pasteurized, it's no longer milk. It's denatured and it's turned into something else. And there's a great book that's called Whitewash. I think it's a movie also. But a lot of the books are, Whitewash is one of them. And just get clarity on the things that you're consuming. I'm an almond milk person. I used to make my own almond milk. I got lazy. But I look at how they're processing almond milk or oat milk or hemp milk. There are a lot of different ways of getting, it's not milk. It's not milk. It's actually that, and what are you making out of it? Like you can make cheese. You can make all those things. Now, nothing beats cheese than cow milk cheese. But then again, I also ethically try to compartmentalize the way I eat. And I think, when does a cow produce milk? When they're pregnant. So my brain goes, oh, so that poor cow is pregnant and she's got to stand and do the milk thing for hours at a time for us to drink her milk or make the cheese. And there, again, ethically, there's a whole big argument against that. And I'm not trying to be I'm not a PETA person, but I also have I think about it and I think, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, where am I getting the best nutrients? Where am I getting the best bang for my buck? Right? So again, vitamin supplementation is a hit in the dark. It's just like throwing darts in the dark and going, I heard or I read, so I don't want to come on here and be that, here, let's take these supplements and this is why. But there's also a good argument for if you're not eating good nutrient-dense foods and a variety of it, because the variety of those foods is, I guess you guys remember the food pyramid, which was a joke. And we learned early on that the food pyramid was a scam. And they were teaching it in school. That's what was so crazy. Like, all the things that we learned in school, I was like, what's up, Kimberly? Welcome. Laura. No, I was on here. Natalie, welcome. Kimberly, welcome. The food pyramid was kind of weird. Because I remember growing up and looking at that, and what was at the top? It was like whatever the government contract was. Pizza's now a vegetable, right? Whatever the government contract was back then, where the subsidy monies were, the funding was coming from. So we look at it like, oh, the meat and dairy industry, right? Milk and dairy, no, milk and cattle industry. Big, huge supplementation to the school system. And then we really looked at it like, as I got older and I started really analyzing and studying food pyramid, I'm like, okay, so we're gonna get fat if we keep eating like this. We're gonna get fat if we keep eating breads and dairy. And it was like, what was the serving size? Those back in the day were like 8 servings of milk and grains. And I'm like, ew, that's insanity. But as we've evolved and we've gotten smarter and we've also pushed back against the system going, that's not working, because we're getting fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter. We're the fattest countries in the nation, right? We're just like, it's ridiculous. And it's not our fault. I became obsessive when I was 16. I became like hyper obsessive. Obsessive. Am I saying that word right? I got it. I got it early on, and I was like, we never ate like Burger King and McDonald's when we were kids because it was not the thing. It was not the, we were still in the, have supper at home kind of kids, and we had lunch at school, but I was like running home, and I was always starving, so we always had food in the house. But when I turned 16 and that's when I started teaching. I started teaching when I was 16. And I knew that there was something in my industry. I knew that I was actually moving into an industry that I was going to be in for the rest of my life. I knew that that was my calling because I had been doing, high level competitive martial arts and stuff like that. And so I was already exposed to people that were, especially in the martial arts world, that people that were doing alternative eating. And it was not anything to do with like a Burger King or fast food or processed food, but it was like, Chinese medicine and alternative eating styles and, eating for performance. I grew up with Bruce Lee, I really understood, like, I'm like a Bruce Lee, I'm like a cross between Bruce Lee and Ellen DeGeneres. Like, I get like from that old school mentality what they were doing back then. And he took a lot of supplements and he experimented a lot with a lot of different supplementation and food. And these guys were doing intermittent fasting back then. We didn't call it intermittent fasting. We just did it. And that was the way of our training. And that was our methodology. But looking at supplements in our body was also like, you can take all these supplements, but what do they really do? And I think that there are a couple of people that are still out there right now. I remember one guy was like, huge supplementation. I think he took like 200 supplements a day. That was his thing. He still died. He still died of whatever. You can't take a supplement and think that one supplement is the answer. And we get kind of caught up in take your vitamin C and, it's it's where we're looking at like, does it help? Does it not help? Occam's razor. You're like looking at it from a like, if I don't take it and I get sick, see, because I didn't take it. And you take it and you still get sick and you're like, well, that was a waste of time. But nobody really breaks it down and goes, you know what? I need to fast. I need to eliminate like all food from my body. We're afraid. We get our triggers, our animalistic triggers will jump and take over and go, oh, if I don't eat, I'm gonna die. And then all of your insecurities start raging. All the primordial like, I'm gonna die. My blood pressure. What's gonna happen? Oh, I can't do that. A lot of people telling me, oh, I can't do shakes. I hate shakes. I'm like, no, I think you're just lazy. I think you're just lazy. In my mind, I'm like, no, you're just lazy. Shakes are easy. And when you have all the nutrients that are there, if you get the right ones, which I have, again, it's a shot in the dark. Why do we take supplements? Why do you take what you take? And I ask my clients all the time, I'm like, I need a list of everything that you're taking and why. And remember, a lot of times it'll be a contraindication to something that you're taking already. Maybe it's a statin or blood pressure or this or that, or same thing. And I'll go, why are you taking that? Well, they said, I read that. And then I'm like, oh shit, this person's way off the rails. And then I got to talk you back off the ledge. And talking you back off the ledge is saying, why are you taking what you're taking? Tell me exactly the reason why you're taking. Are you assuming that you need that, or do you know you need that? And to find a physician that is well-versed in supplementation is, again, like, it doesn't exist. It's so hard. And then there are those physicians that are questionable physicians that are out there that are just huge supplement pushers. And you're like, this is the one supplement that will change your body. I'm like, really? Prove that. I want science. I want science to do the work for me. So it's also being able to find the right people. I have been able to find really good people. I've actually found physicians here and in my life that, you know, they did the hard studying, they did the hard work, and, you know, whether they were surgeons or, you know, oncology or pulmonology or whatever their field is, but they've kind of backed away and took like another rat, like a rat maze. Because I think medicine is a lot of professional guessing. I think you get really good at guessing what are the symptoms. All right, let's work from the symptoms, and we'll work our way back, and then we'll do the blood panels, and these things will like light up over here, and they'll go, okay, so what we've had in the past is that this and this, connecting the dots, this is what we think it is. All right, let's go ahead and attack that with science, right? Okay, that science is not working. Let's back out. Let's go back into it. And then also finding people that I've been around that'll say, you know what, none of that works. What's in your body? What's physically in your body that is working and not working? Reversing the engineering in our bodies. I talk to a lot of people that are like, you know, I've been doing this for my whole life, and now I feel like this. I'm like, let's clean out your system. Let's do a detox. Let's get you organized so that you can get your body back to square one. And then all the bells and whistles go off. The fear, oh my God, what does that mean? I'm not going to eat. Yeah, but if your doctor told you to do that, would you do it? And you do. And a lot of times in medically induced situations, you'll have a physician that will say, get this person detoxed. Get this person where their body is empty. It's like a lot of tests that you do, they'll tell you to fast. They want a clean system. They want you to fast. They want your blood sugar a certain way, which a lot of times can give you false positives on readings. That's why I don't always believe in the fasting side of doing certain tests, but let's not go there. Let's focus on supplementation. So what are the basic supplements? The basic supplements should come from the food that you're eating. You know, the green leafy vegetables for me are almost like, yeah, that's number one, right? Number one. And we talk about fruits and vegetables, and we talk about the quality of the fruits and vegetables. And, you know, we're going to say, look, oh, there's a argument of organic and not organic. I'm like, listen, if I have a choice and I look at the quality of the food that I'm eating, if I have a choice and I'm looking at the quality of the food that I'm eating, one more time, if I have a choice and I'm looking at the quality of the food that I'm eating, I'm going to go for an organic quality because the standards are a little bit higher, because I'm looking at the nutrients and how that thing was grown, but I'm not only looking at how it was grown, I'm looking at how it was cared for, right? You just got bug spray all over shit and you're just going to go rinse it off. This is not going to work. Or you're looking at genetically modified foods that we've allowed, we as a public said, yeah, splice it, dice it, whatever. It's a whole seedless argument. Like, things need seeds. When things don't have seeds, I'm just saying, that's a little funky. And this is all about supplementation. Am I eating quality food over? And I think if I leave you guys with one real caveat for me is to get sugar out of your body. 5-week mindset reset. Sugar is like everything. Sugar is where we make mistakes. Sugar is where your body, and I say it's where the dragon chases its tail. And when I use the metaphor of a dragon, it's big, it's ugly, it's powerful. Actually, I love dragons. I always think of dragons as magical, but you know, that big beast that's like fire breathing, but it's chasing its tail. Same thing with alcohol. Same thing with sugar. Same thing with a lot of other things that we, cigarettes or, opioids or things like that, where our bodies take it in And we get this magical euphoric feeling. And sugar does that. No seed ain't real. True. And we're eating way, 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 way too much food. We have gotten ourselves into obsessive patterns of mass quantities of food. And that has a lot to do with us being in a Western world and a Western environment, because we have no portion control. When you go to Europe, it's really great because I love European, well, not all, but when I go to Europe, it's like small little portions, and then boom, you're done. Even when I'm in Asia and, you get little small portions of things and then you're done. You're like out. And, we as Americans, I hate to say, we're just mass consumption, like big plate of food and we're happy. You're like, oh, for $8 I can have this whole plate of food. You're like, fuck. My body just like that's a lot of food. Never go to Cracker Barrel? My family loves Cracker Barrel. Don't laugh. Somebody on here right now is laughing. I know. Cracker Barrel to me is like, it's beyond. Like the steak. Or if you're from Miami and you go to this restaurant, it's called Versailles or La Carreta, like they'll make the steak, like it falls over the plate. It like literally falls off the plate with a big, like 10-person mound of rice. Like, I'm like, seriously? Like, I want to pass out if I eat that much food. I can't even eat that much food. Like, it feels like, you ever go to your parents' house for Thanksgiving and you just, like, you don't eat all day and then you eat and you just overconsume and you feel like you just want to fall out on the floor and pass out. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm wearing my stretchy pants and I need to roll. I need to eat and roll. And then, like, you go into a coma and you got to take a nap. And that's the best part about going to your parents' house for Thanksgiving is, like, you pass out and then you wake up and you eat more. And then you got your stretchy pants on. So you're like, cool. And then your gut just explodes and you're dumping all this, like, acid into your gut and you want to throw up. I'm like, disgusting. And people eat like that every single day. They eat like that every single day. And I am not the 6 small meals a day. And that's the same as overeating. Like, people will fucking overeat 6 meals. Whoever started that trend needs to get punched in the face. It's like a bodybuilder mentality. Like, every single bodybuilder I've ever known or ever worked with or ever trained with, first of all, most of them, if not all of them, are all on supplementation. Get it? And then they're eating, so they're massing, right? That's why they're big. You look at all these bodybuilders now, I love it because they do these, all of them. All of them are broken, right? If you saw the bodybuilders from years ago and you see them now, you're like, they are unrecognizable. Like Lee Haney and like some of these big Olympian people, like guys and girls, they're not taking drugs anymore. So they're like a quarter of the size. And they're the ones that are pushing the supplementation. Take these supplements, take these supplements, take these supplements, and you're going to get big. And the creatine. And I look at the guys in the gym, I'm like, bro, stop. Just stop. I want to get big. I'm like, just stop. Because you're going to get big, you're going to stop working out because you got shit to do. And then that skin's going to stretch out and it's going to hang everywhere. And you're going to be fat. You know why? Because you got to go get a job. Because you can't be a bodybuilder. Because that's like a fraction of a fraction of fraction of fraction of a fraction of the population. Right? And now all of them have hip replacements and knee replacements and back replacements and shoulder replacements. And all of them regret everything they've ever done. Ronnie Coleman, great example. 800-pound squat, right? What's his biggest regret? This is how smart these guys are, too. What? I should have done 6 reps instead of 4. Check that guy out. Google Ronnie Coleman. Such a joke. Supplement, supplement, supplement. No, you're taking steroids, bro. And girls, y'all are not getting away with it. My girls are not getting away with dieting. You're dieting. Stop it. And I know I'm into 10 o'clock right now, and we got to work out. And I always do this like the last 10 minutes. I get so fired up. I'm almost like the choo-choo train. Like choo, 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 boom, boom, boom. And I'm like the Orient Express. I just want you guys to come from a smart place. I don't want you to think, somebody left me a comment and said, and I hope this answers the question, and hear me out. What about taking a fiber supplement to fill up? And I did the forensics on that comment in my head for hours. And I knew that was a comment that not only one person would have, but many people would have. And so the forensics on that comment is, what you're asking me is that you want to feel full and not eat food. And so that person, that mentality is looking at, how do I get away with not consuming calories? And it's almost like a diet, like, you know, like a diet dodge. You know, let me dodge the calories and get full and go. But it doesn't work, because our bodies don't live. We're not that way. We are not built that way. Here's your fiber supplement: a bag of kale and spinach and arugula and watercress and green leafy vegetables. Do that. I double dog dare you. Look at my hands. Yeah. Look, I'm swollen. I'm swollen today. It's puffy. Super puffy. I'm gonna go run later. All right, guys, it is Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock. I want to get the workout going on because I'm pretty excited about your workout today. I had it kind of planned out a little bit, but I want to get you guys into it. Again, I am kind of like, I want to say I'm like a little bit of bed rest. You're not supposed to feel full. You're supposed to feel satiated. Full is you're stretching your stomach out. Exactly. Yeah. I think we get happens a lot of times with a lot of my clients. I'll just make a comment and then I'll move on to the workout. We get to we don't understand the difference between being full and being full and being satiated. Is also like, a lot of times people will overeat and expect to have that feeling every time they eat. And if it's not that feeling, boom, there's a trigger and you're like, I'm starving. When it takes 4 hours for the body to recognize, right? It takes at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour for the body to start breaking down and processing. And you're like 2 hours later going, I'm starving to death. I'm like, well, you haven't even digested the food that you ate. Right? So give it a minute. Guys, I want to help you guys with your training. I want to help you with your eating. Drop me a comment below. $99 right now to get into 5-week mindset reset. We got a whole new crew of people jumping on board. So if you want to get on that program, huge success. I'm super excited about this group. I'm going to write out the workout and I'll be back in 2 minutes. So guys, don't go anywhere. Start stretching out. We got a huge workout ahead. I'm coming at you. Woo! I'm super excited. I'll be right back.